Welcome to the GingerTalks podcast with Ginger Snap 67 and Druid Knowledge. And now, here's Ginger.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the GingerTalks podcast. My name is Ginger Snaps, and joining me is the man, the myth, the legend, Druid Knowledge. Druid, how the fuck are you, man?
You know, it feels like there's a sunset on the soul out there, and it's leaving it's a beautiful, balmy experience.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that I'm coming in with the right flavor.
Hell yeah.
In so many words. I try so hard to be pithy, esoteric, and quotable during this segment of the podcast, and I always fail. So I should probably just keep it still, let things roll. Today is all about being organic. 2023, the year of being organic. You've heard it here first.
Oh shit! All right.
I'm gonna let it flow.
It's been a for listeners who aren't necessarily in like the Twitch community. There's been a bit of a gap since recordings. The last recording we did was the one with Tim and Dr. Agon.
A quick editor's note. That episode got pretty messed up. I'm going to try to fix it. And if you guys end up hearing it one day, hooray. But maybe don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. And that was, it feels good to be back to Mission Control. And that's not because I didn't enjoy that episode, but, Tom Hanks in Castaway, that's how I felt. I felt that we were drifting. And again, good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But, you don't want to feel like that all the time.
Right.
Drifting away. I feel that the last episode probably felt like you were sitting in a car with us. It's good to be back in Mission Control, back on terra firma. I could talk to Dr. Agon and Tim all day fucking long. And yourself, as I think we've proven.
Yes. Well, and it's so funny because I was talking to Tim after the fact, and we were sitting around. Tim and I were shoveling pizza into our face because I don't know how much the listeners know how the setup of that episode really was. But
yeah,
I was running to pick up my kid's sister to bring her to my brother's house so that I could spend some time with her and we could go see some other family and do all this stuff while I was back in Ohio doing things. And then things the timing of things fell certain ways, and I literally had picked up our pizza for dinner, picked up the kid's sister, we walked inside, and I was instantly walking into that room going, I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but I'm here. Hello, hi, how's it going, everybody? No fucking clue. So Tim and I are my sister and sister-in-law are sitting there eating pizza and doing girl things, doing art, playing games and stuff, and making fun of us. And then we come out and it ends up being a typical family gathering. We're all sitting around shooting the shit and eating more food than we should. And, laughter and crying and just all the things. And my kid's sister has never seen me quite like that. She's never experienced, quote, influencer Ginger. She's just ever experienced me and my chaos in general. And then
right,
she
the real you. I think you could argue.
The me that everybody else sees and is used to, and then I get fucking wacky and zany on the internet, and then she's just what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck? We all wear masks, Mr. Ipkiss.
But in reality, I'm not that much different. I maybe play up my chaos a little bit online, but I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah. I think the guests that know me, I think I'm the same as well. Maybe
Yeah.
just a bit like we hone in,
Mm-hmm.
because if you didn't do that, then is this entertainment or
Mm-hmm.
we're just listening in on some people in a room talking shit?
Right.
That episode for me, I can't remember a single fucking thing we talked about. I think because we were waiting for you
Mm-hmm.
back at Druid Towers for so long that
Yeah.
we just managed to get a little bit fucking turned up.
I mean,
The dial was up a little bit of a way for that
but
one. So
there was a
I don't-
reason for it, though. I don't remember what it was, but there was a reason.
Yeah,
Oh,
do
it was
you know
Doc
what?
Dragon's birthday.
Oh yeah, he turned 30 on the podcast.
He joined us in the age of our 30s.
Yes, yeah. It's all come flooding back. Oh no.
And for the listener, this is like maybe a week, maybe two apart. And for us, it's been almost 2 months.
Yeah, it's been my fault. I hold my hands up. The release schedule. Hopefully, by the time people hear this, it'll have sorted itself out. We have so many in the can. It's my fault, and I'll leave it. I'll leave it at that.
We both have been busy as shit, and we've just had a lot of stuff going on. And like, the thing I hope our listeners understand, listeners, please understand, we are humans with lives and shit going on. I mean,
all two of you that are left.
Nah.
Yeah. I'm too scared to look at the numbers. I don't know.
For me, like, I've been traveling so much with work that it, like, even to think about, like, releasing content on time and on a schedule, like, just wasn't gonna fucking happen. And then I realized how much time had passed, and I was like, hey, Druid, how you doing, buddy?
I'd gone back to the Druid's temple.
Right?
To reinitiate, rejig myself. Crazy to think. I think I'm on, since the podcast started, my 4th fucking new job.
Yeah.
And full disclaimer out there for everybody: I'm not bad at what I do.
No, he's not. None of it is his fault.
It's the nature of how I was doing my work meant that things didn't last very often. I was in a temporary basis. I finally got permanent housing
A.
in my career, and
Right.
here we go. And that's got something to do with the absence as well. So thank you for bearing with us again. Hopefully, by the time you hear this, shit has sorted itself out.
Yeah.
And you will see how many weeks in the chronology of the episodes that it took us to sort this out. This is the one. So, I can't even remember everything we've recorded. It's been that long.
I would say we've got 4 or 5 episodes in the chamber at this point.
Oh well.
It happens. Like,
yeah, everyone's gonna think that, like, whoa, their references are so dated. By the time people are hearing this, TikTok HQ will have become sentient, and what is it called? The Godzilla.
Oh,
what genre is that? I'm usually pretty good at stuff like this.
You're talking about the fucking monster movie shit?
Yeah, but like giant monsters destroying cities.
Oh, yeah. The like, I just call them like monster apocalypse movies. I don't know what genre to actually call them.
There's like a Japanese name for it. It's the same.
Why can't
I?
Oh, yeah. I knew as soon as I heard it, it would sound right.
So, yeah. It's trying to get back to my original point. So, by the time people listen to this, the TikTok HQ will have become sentient, become like a kaiju monster. Changes form like every 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. and it's a giant television on its stomach, on its abdomen, just playing like those super annoying videos of people preparing food where it's the camera lens over the cooking pot, and it's got that stupid fucking voice like, here's how I make ramen.
Oh my god.
You know, the AI voice. That's the worst thing about TikToks, the AI voices. It's a sinkhole for your mind. Right?
Yeah.
I propose a TikTok channel that it's basically just Jack Nicholson looking at TikToks in his phone and live reacting to them. Because I think that would be quite amusing, because he's so fucking old now that he's so far removed from that culture.
Right.
It would just be great watching specifically Jack Nicholson as well. Just
Oh my
salty.
God.
It's just him looking at his phone and, nice try, kid.
Oh my god. I have to tell you, I was streaming last night and I have a friend who is an artist, and he does I love his style, and he's given me a bunch of paintings to like give away and raffle off or keep or whatever. And the one is Jack Nicholson's character from The Shining when he breaks down the door, and
Oh my god.
and his face is just in the door. When he goes, "Here's Johnny," that iconic scene. It's that image, and it's done in reds and pinks and stuff, and it's super fucking cool. But last night I was streaming, and for the month and a half, 2 months that I've had these paintings in the background of my stream, my camera never tried to focus on it until last night. So last night I kept having to like make my camera refocus on me, and eventually I had to get up and move the paintings. But at first I was like, it's focusing on something else. Do I have a ghost in my room? What the fuck?
No. Jeez. Again, just one of those moments I want to see on a TikTok with Jack Nicholson trying to comprehend what's happening.
Right?
Why I don't understand why she's getting up.
And then moving the paintings.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, is that me? Oh wow. Nice try, kid. And then he like hands the phone over to Harrison Ford.
Oh god.
Harrison Ford just doesn't say anything. He just looks down at it, bewildered. Because that's like Harrison Ford in interviews. He just grumbles
Yeah,
and has a really bad haircut.
dude. I haven't thought about Harrison Ford in a while, and yeah, oof.
Coming back, Indiana Jones.
I Harrison Ford has gotten so like crotchety.
Yeah, I love anyone getting crotchety. I think it's because I relate to it so much. I find that I'm starting to get crotchety like that. Just like everyone at home must be able to tell, because like, oh, we've just turned into two fucking losers in their 30s talking about TikTok, and they don't even know what's going on it.
Right.
What to do with that? Yo, I hope I've got and Hugh Grant. I know he's come up a few times. Hugh Grant's really coming into his own in that way. It makes me retroactively like his shitty movies more. That he just clearly knows that they're shitty as well.
Oh
I think
yeah.
he was on James Corden. You know what he said? He said like, "Well, most of my movies are trash."
I love that.
That makes me love him so much more.
Like, that's the thing. If you're self-aware enough to be like, no, this was hot dog water. This was so bad. But it's there. I did it.
Yeah, I know which episodes of the podcast are hot dog water.
Oh my god, yeah, me too.
I mean, obviously, the professional courtesy, I won't mention them on air, but you know, loyal listeners, you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Never my fault. I must say as well. With that shitty guest on.
Those fucking guests. Ugh.
We've not really had a bad guest.
No. I mean, that's the thing is like we've never had really like an episode that we're like, hey, so we're not going to release that. Thank you for your time though. Like,
yeah. Which going into this was like my biggest fear was that we would have people coming on and they would just be like, huh.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what is this?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't even funny.
Yeah. I've been in fear of having a guest on and it just being a flop and we're like, hey, so yeah, awkward. Like, so I've been very particular about like the people I think who would be good guests because I want people to enjoy us and enjoy the shenanigans and the chicanery, but also,
Yeah, I can take it or leave it.
yeah. But
See, I'm doing it. I'm trying to be crotchety.
I know.
Oh yeah. No, I can't do it. Yeah, I know. I've been getting all like professional and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing a great job of it.
Professional
But-
enough to get by.
Well, it's as soon as I take a class. So like I'm really good with all the adults. But as soon as I take a class, I just turn into like a clown. I can't help it. I'm like, I'm gonna make learning come alive. And I think slightly proud of this, but like I thought I'd mention it on air. I think I spoke about this with you the other day. That I had an inspection,
Mm-hmm.
and the inspection notes just read "Dead Poet Society" with a sad face.
I love that so much.
Yeah. And I was talking with like some teacher friends from other schools, and they were saying like I was saying, oh, I got inspected, and before I had a chance to tell them, they said, I bet you're like Dead Poet Society with those kids. And the sad thing is that works really well in the movie,
Right.
but in real life, you just end up with a bunch of uneducated kids.
Yeah.
No, they get a top tier education from there.
Well, the thing is, what I will say is, like, because I work technically in education too, just in a different way. Like, education, like, I told you. So the last time we recorded was the day I gave my very first presentation at a conference.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you that I got in trouble for being too loud and too fun?
You may have mentioned that, yes.
So
Too loud and too fun.
I got in trouble because the room next to ours was having a very serious professional development presentation, and my group was too loud and too fun, and that we needed to calm down and bring it down a few levels, and I got in trouble twice for it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do a hard pivot right now and say, you know what, kids, just fucking enjoy your TikToks.
Right.
Fuck it. We're not allowed anything anymore. Just enjoy your TikTok.
Oh, but it gets
Oh god. Okay. All
it
right.
gets better. A couple weeks later, I'm back in Florida at another conference. And not only was someone who attended my session in Ohio at the conference and interrupted my sales pitch and everything and went, y'all need to listen to her because she knows what she's talking about. She's so cool. And I was like, please, for the love of God, stop. This is so awkward. I hate this so much. What are you doing? Stop it, Daryl. I need you to quit. But all of the leaders and all of the people who were in charge of the Ohio conference, and even the lady that told me that we were being too loud, were in Florida at this other conference and all came up and told my boss how great I was, how fun I was, how my session was the highlight of everybody out of everybody's. And I'm like, oh, so maybe this means I'm doing something right.
You're like, who gave Sheila the box wine?
Right. I was like, oh, so maybe my chaos and shenanigans that I get into on the internet have helped me with my day job. I'll take it.
100%. Because all this shit, it's just a performance, right?
Mhm.
But it's like performances that get audited and you're like...
Right.
You're just not allowed to have fun.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, dude.
Yeah, but like, I want to go up there. You know, if I'm delivering training to other teachers, I want to go up there and be the Paul Stanley of teacher training.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Come on, people!
Yeah. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, I go into stuff and I immediately make it as awkward as possible so
Good.
that it's no longer awkward the rest of the time. We did a staff training and we had 4 different groups that came through. And the first thing I did after I got through all of like my boring stuff that I had to go through, and then I was like, all right, guys, we're going to get up and we're going to stand in a circle. And we played a theater game. And again, my intention was to be so loud and obnoxious that my boss was just like, can you keep it down over there? Jesus Christ. And it worked. But I made awkward eye contact with every person that came through the training. And I was like, so now when I make eye contact with you, it's not weird anymore. Get used to it. And I was just like unapologetically like chaotic in the best way. And I had so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, fucking with people's the best part of the day, right?
Could you imagine me coming to do a staff training at any of the schools you've worked at?
No, because they're so fucking dry. Nobody listens, so nobody learns anything. And you know what I mean, right?
Right. Like,
yeah, come on. Nobody, like, look at the most like boring teacher you ever had, and just think, in what way did I learn anything or was inspired by that moment?
Right.
But people want you to be like that. So look, I've obviously got like a B up my ass. I don't know.
Dude, I just
don't let them kill me, man.
I'm very much just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna be chaotic and I'm gonna make sure that everybody laughs, has a good time. They take something away from it, even if it's just, hey, lighten the fuck up. Goddamn.
Yeah, no, that's my style in a nutshell. Every class I teach, I have a moment where I try and do that. So, whether it be reading Macbeth's soliloquy about the dagger in the voice of Patrick Stewart, which I 100% did.
Yes.
Here's Patrick Stewart. Like, you might know him as Professor Xavier. It's powerful mutant. The kids do like me. I am fun with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting it at the moment where loads of kids tell me at this new school that they wish that I was their dad. Which I don't know if there's like a bit of a weird connotation to that.
It's a different one, that's for sure.
They'll be like, oh, what's it? Oh, you're like Aaron's dad, and like Aaron will go like, I'm okay with that. Like, I kind of wish you were my dad. I've had it a couple of times. I wish you were my dad. And all I can think of is I'm like Pedro Pascal, and B, like, fuck me, I'm starting to get older. People are like seeing me as like a father figure, and like a zany, embarrassing father figure.
Yeah, dude, like,
God.
yeah. I don't know if every other family is as weird as we are, but like I just
Every family is weird, but just in their own way, right?
yeah.
My parents both listen to the podcast.
Are you for fucking real?
Yeah, my dad was telling me the other day, because I think I was talking about, yeah, I'm recording. And he was like, yeah, I decided to show your mum the podcast.
Oh fuck.
And they listened to the Roy Malloy episode.
Oh.
Yeah. Mum's not mentioned it. But I hope they listen again so they can hear the segment where we're talking about what we were conceived to, because then they'll just be able to answer it for me.
Oh my god. My mom, I don't think, has listened to the podcast. My mom has made appearances in stream, however.
Right. Much better for you that way around, I would suggest.
Well, so I was playing a game called Cult of the Lamb, which has obvious cult undertones and like tarot cards and sacrifices and all this kind of stuff. But it's a very cute game. And I was playing this game, and just earlier in the weekend, Toast had made a graphic because someone had said something about we were talking about technical difficulties, and I made a joke about testicle difficulties, and then someone said tentacle difficulties. So Toast made a graphic that said, please hold tentacle difficulties. And it's just one singular like octopus like or like squid like tentacle. And it's not, gross, it's not creepy, it's funny. And Xenos was talking about tentacle difficulties as I'm playing this game with tarot cards and cult stuff, and my mom pops into chat and goes, tentacle difficulties, got it. And I was like, Jesus H, I need out of here.
Oh no.
And chat just did what chat does, but they were very nice and polite to my mom, and it was fine. And but I'm waiting for mom to really like ask questions about the podcast, because I'm just gonna deny everything.
Yeah, I think in the Roy episode they got to the part where we spoke about how we met in person.
Oh,
And it was because I like supplied drugs for them.
Oh man.
Yeah, so literally, I think maybe one of the worst parts they could have come in on.
Oh my god. I feel like your dad is pretty fucking chill about stuff.
Yeah, it's so is mom. I mean, like they've kind of had to be,
Right.
because like there was just no stopping this guy.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I've
smoked with mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, loads of times. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've smoked weed with my mom. Like, yeah, a bunch.
I mean,
It did not till I was older.
yeah.
When she found out I did it when I was a kid, she like said it like, "You're doing that again. You're out the house." But with her condition and everything, I said like, "Look, shit will help you."
Right.
Yeah, so I smoked a bunch with her.
I would now smoke with both of my parents. I mean, I partook with my like around my dad. My dad didn't. I don't think my dad partook, but my dad has a medicinal card. Like he's legally allowed to, and it is what it is. But did I tell you about my dad eating edibles at my wedding?
Yes, yeah, you definitely told me about it.
So, like, my mom and my dad have in the last 5-6 years, like, gotten high together at a family function, and they haven't been together for like 25 years or close to 25 years. And like, just that entire like, it's not as taboo. Like, our parents are from the generation where it was like, I'm smoking reefer under the bleachers, man. And like,
Yeah,
and so they were the first generation to really be all like, nah, we're gonna smoke weed and it's gonna be a thing. And now like there's yeah.
yeah,
Well, every state around mine, I think, has some form of legalized marijuana, whether it's medicinal or recreational.
yeah, yeah. See,
Like,
my parents were so, my parents were complete like prudes about it.
oh,
To the point where, like, yeah, I knew for a fact that they'd not tried it, like growing up. They 100%
uh,
hadn't tried it.
that
Um,
feels so weird to think about your dad not trying it.
no, like as far like he gave me such a serious talking to when I think I would have been like 15.
Oh wow.
He was like, "You got exams coming up, man. Don't throw your life away." And I was like, "Yo." And to the point where with dad, even up to the age that I am now, it was like an open secret, but I would never do it in front of him,
Yeah.
and always try and hide it, even though I was doing it with mom, and he must have known.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, they just don't get it, man. Like, this is, song I was conceived to was definitely like "Urgent" by Foreigner. Urgent.
Yeah. I
Just no groove in there whatsoever. Just like white people listening to rock, having a good time.
you know,
Uh,
it's like I remember in high school my mom was like, "Hey, so if you ever want to try like pot, like let me know and I'll make sure that you get stuff that is not going to like fuck your skull." And not those exact words, but it's not going to fuck your skull and you can do it safely and like and or if you don't want to talk to me about it, talk to your dad because your dad used to do a lot of drugs. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And like now, like the last time I was home to visit, I was talking to my dad and he unprompted was like, yeah, we took me off some of these meds. And because what happened was I was asking him about how he was sleeping because I've always slept poorly and so has my dad. And he was like, well, I take a couple of hits and sometimes that calms me down enough to get me to sleep. And if it doesn't, I take a few more. And if not, I'm just up all night and have a cup of coffee in the morning. And if I don't get heartburn, then like it just so like, yep.
Just a South Park character, yeah, came to post that.
Like,
You presented that as such a South Park character.
but my dad, like, my
And
dad
then,
is.
if I'm not done then, I'll toke a few more, you know?
But that's just him. Like, I found the perfect descriptor for him that he is Eeyore inside of Pooh Bear's body. And then he has a couple of drinks and then he gets kind of giggly and he starts cracking jokes and stuff. But like, my dad is very quiet, very soft spoken until he's got something to say.
That's the right way to be, man. Keep on keeping on, Daddy Ginger.
Yeah, I mean,
And to put the shoe on the other foot, I wish he was my dad.
no.
I'm well, nothing against my actual dad, but since I'm the classroom daddy, then Pedro Pascal. That's obviously the way I'm taking it.
Yes. Yeah. I bringing back up classrooms. I've come to realize I don't do well with children. I do well with the adults that deal with the children.
Yeah.
And I think that has just like those phrases have now just clicked in my head that I do well teaching the teachers, but teaching the children, I'm just like, fuck off, will ya? Get the hell out of here.
You like the Velvet Underground? Everyone that listened to her talk started teaching themselves.
Fuck, man. I don't know, dude. Shit's wild. We were talking, you and I earlier, a few days ago, just about how much shit has changed, and like,
yeah,
fucking, just all the shit that's gone on, and dude, shit's wild.
2 years.
I know.
It's changing for the better, though, right?
Yeah, I think so. I fucking enjoy the majority of the shit that I'm doing now. When we started the podcast, I'm pretty sure I was still working at my retail job.
I think you might have just left.
Or it was around that point because
Yeah, I think you'd left like a couple of weeks before we started.
Yeah, it was around that time. I like the retail job to like
yeah, that's you've gone through bigger than me. Like I've basically just been stepping sideways. Professionally speaking, obviously, I'm sitting here in a home that I have purchased,
right?
But like career-wise, I mean, I was working at the college, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were at the college to start, I think.
Yeah, they did me over so royally.
Yeah,
I got paid. You know what?
Yeah.
I should have been on 50 grand doing that.
Oh God.
One day. That's fine.
Yep. See, that's the thing. I was talking to my boss today. She goes, I hope you understand how much I appreciate you. And I was like, I mean, we have this conversation about once every other week, I feel like. And I want you to know that I recognize that you appreciate me and I appreciate you. However, just get here with the fucking keys so I can leave.
I love that you appreciate me, and now is the most opportune time to remind you I do accept MX. Level-headed. The world needs more of that. That got me thinking. Like, yo, that's so like cool. You just chill back and take the lot. Like, take life as it comes, man. So many people are not like that. It's fucking wild.
I will say that I have moments where I go, motherfucking son of a bitch, and I'm just like, ah.
Yeah, but that's minor.
Right.
I'll posit this situation to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my homeroom class, I'm guessing homerooms. That's not the word I use. That's the correct terminology for like, your high school tutor who looks after you in your homeroom. Someone in my homeroom class got a detention, and when you get a detention, the school has a Autobot that just texts the parent
Oh.
and says, your child has a detention. They'll be 30 minutes late out of school today. And a
Oh.
parent sent a message back to the Autobot, which because the parent of someone in my homeroom class sent a message to the school, I was CC'd into this in an email. Someone messaged the Autobot saying, over my dead body, you fucking slapper.
Oh my God.
Oh, I couldn't get enough of it. I almost wanted to call her up and be like, you go, honey.
Oh,
And,
my
for
God.
those that don't know, slapper is such it's such a scummy word to call someone. It's not like a swear necessarily, but it's like calling someone a slut.
Oh my God.
Someone essentially called the Autobot a slut. So, over my dead body, you fucking slapper.
Oh my God.
And then
I love that.
Yeah, and then the Autobot sent an automated response saying, thank you for calling the Academy. Thank you for messaging the Academy. One of our team will endeavor to get back to you within the next 24 hours. And he sent another tirade saying, fucking school. Fucking piece of shit school. The teachers have no respect until they learn to say sorry and own up to their mistakes. She ain't fucking doing anything, you slags.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was just like, how high strung can you get, man? I wanted to I found it so funny. Just the idea of this parent at home, irately messaging an Autobot on a Thursday at 2 p.m. Who are these people?
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? Like chalk and cheese, you're just chilling, you're like, the keys get fucking locked in. Better call the White Witch to come in, Glinda to save me.
Right. Well, compared to yesterday, me having the fire department show up to do an inspection and locking my keys in the office and having to deal with everything with the sales training, having to do all of that was infinitely easier than yesterday. Everything has just been such chaos at work that I'm just like, you know what? I could be frustrated. I could freak out. I could be upset. I could stress the fuck out. But you know what? I don't get paid enough to stress out about it. I'm just going to fucking sit here and chill out. And I'm going to watch some, YouTube videos about the fall of the Berlin Wall and Fukushima. And
okay, we're on a world history tip. That's cool.
I don't know. I fall into these phases every once in a while. I found a channel that I really liked on YouTube that talks about he talked about the man who survived lethal radiation the longest, and this guy survived 80 some odd days. But then it led me down a rabbit hole of other nuclear accidents. And I enjoy watching documentaries about 3 Mile Island and all of these different natural disaster kind of things.
Okay.
And then I found this really cute guy that does these really cool videos about all things nuclear. He's been to Chernobyl and Pripyat, and he talks very realistic about nuclear energy and how safe it is compared to how unsafe it can be. And so it's I just found this small little rabbit hole of content, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I've always loved learning about World War II and World War I and the Cold War and just the educational stuff.
Yeah.
So the quick little the autoplay went from a short video about the Demon Core nuclear nuclear bomb core to oh hell, how did the order go? I ended up watching something about the Berlin Wall and the dogs that live in Pripyat.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one.
Like just the small little like jump, and then the DMZ in Korea, like all
Okay.
these
Yeah,
like I just it's so dumb, but I enjoy it so much because I'm like, oh,
No,
that's a cool little bit of knowledge.
so well, yeah, but you can do so much worse, like
Right.
on a YouTube hole.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I was a bit nervous coming into this today, and that's partially because uh, I'm not clued. Like, I've been trying, like, really consciously to distance myself a little bit from a lot of like online content because I think I
Yeah.
was becoming a little bit too like dependent on it. So I've been listening to a
Mhm.
load of audiobooks, but like, so for instance, what I was watching things like there's a channel called Geo Wizard, which is a
Okay.
guy from the same part of the UK as me, who
Okay.
basically like walks across large expanses of land and he tries to do it in a complete straight line.
Oh
So
wow.
he if he like comes to someone's like farmland, garden fence, you know, uh, official like kind of facilities, he will just try and break in and walk through it.
Hmm.
So I was watching stuff like that. I was like, oh, it's just mind-numbing shit. And like, what vagrant holiday? It's just like a guy that goes to different countries in the world and sleeps rough in them and tries to find places to sleep, and he ends up in like stairwells and try not to get caught in office buildings and shit like that. And I was just like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, it's not really doing anything. So like, my big thing at the moment is audiobooks.
Yeah.
So I'm driving a lot more. My commute is a lot longer.
Mm.
So I'll chow down through an audiobook in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So
I
that's yeah.
I haven't been listening to like my like uh my narrative podcasts. I haven't been listening to any of that for a while. I've finally started to use Spotify more.
Mm,
And
yeah.
so I'm building different playlists for different things. And um but like I'm still like getting the lay of the land of Spotify, but I've been listening to a lot of music, and when I
Mm,
fly,
yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Netflix.
Yeah. Like watching art and culture, like narrative things. Uh, what's it? Vygotsky's pyramid. That's a thing in education. I
Mhm.
think it's Vygotsky's pyramid. They say the top level of like knowledge is synthesis, which is basically things that you know and pick up and remember mixed with creativity. And they say that exhibits that you're able to basically showcase all these techniques and ideas. And I think there's something to be said in that model, flawed though it is that when you watch movies and you listen to music, like you have to extrapolate a meaning from it. You have to get a meaning from it. You have to synthesize in your mind
Right.
what your own truth in that thing is. And I've not been listening to podcasts at all. I'm not advocating anyone listening to us right now to turn off the podcast because you should definitely keep listening. But
Yeah.
like, turn it off. Turn off like content that's just talking about a thing at a base level or criticizing it, and just go and watch the shit yourself. Because I realized that I was doing a lot of that. I wasn't actually watching stuff, engaging in like works of fiction or watching the source material or listening to music. I was just watching and listening to people talk about it,
Right.
therefore muddying one's own conclusion.
Right.
And
Well,
yeah, it's so much more enriching that process, I think.
Well, and I've been like at time of recording, I've been playing through the remake of Resident Evil 4. And I've purposefully stayed blind to it because I just want to absorb the story as it
Yeah.
is. I don't want to watch someone else play it who knows the story because of the original game, or who knows this fight is coming up with this person. It's going to be fucking hard, or it's going to be super cool, or you get this cool weapon. I don't want to know. I want to play it as if I'm a fucking nobody who's not a creator, who doesn't give a shit about YouTube and Twitch and all that shit. I just want to enjoy it and have my reactions and just consume it. If I get
Mm,
stuck, I'll
yeah.
look up a quick walkthrough of how to get through the part that I'm stuck on, and then I move on.
Yeah. I think
Like,
this goes, 100%. I definitely share, that ambition that you have for that, because it goes back to what we were saying about TikTok, right? And just like internet culture in general, just like still have that. I'm not saying get rid of that, but I'm saying like take an opportunity to see the world through your own eyes as well.
yeah.
Like we don't have to like meta criticize everything,
Mhm.
because without like source material and like a kind of basis, then a proper discussion we got nothing.
Yeah. And it's
I
just
don't know, and maybe people are different. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, maybe
no.
people are different. It's just like for me, I was like still out there, like intaking like different like art and cultural things and movies and stuff like that. I was still doing that, but I was doing so much of it through other people's lenses that
Yeah.
it just muddied my experience.
Yeah.
And like getting back to that has been really good.
Yeah. I mean, I decided, so working at the office now, I've decided, you know what? There are days that I'm going to stop and I'm going to have a drink at the brewery on the way home.
Mm,
And I've ended up
yeah.
I've ended up making friends with some of the bartenders. In fact, they're probably all wondering where the hell I'm at tonight. And
Yeah,
like
enjoy explaining that one.
that's fine. They know that I do this. But like I posted in the Discord. I was like, it was a Wednesday or something. I was like, guys, I think I might go see a movie Friday. And they were like, oh. And I was like, it was me trying to secretly say, I need someone to tell me it is okay for me to spend $15 to go see this movie because I'm doing so many other things. And once I had the gratification, the justification that it was okay from my community, it became easier to do that for myself. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, well, I'm going to go on a date instead of recording a YouTube video, and I'll just record it later. And, and like, I've gone to a couple of movies, I've gone out on a couple of dates, I've had quite a few delicious blackberry ciders. And like, I'm just trying to take in the moments that I have while I have them. And I've started taking pictures again.
Oh, so good. Do you know what? I can almost hear Morpheus on the sidelines just going, she's beginning to believe.
Well, and I was talking to somebody in a Discord who I don't really know, but I was just talking to the group at large. And the conversation got brought up about books, and I was like, I don't think you guys understand the last time I picked up a book, opened it, and read something out of this book that was not related to my job. Like, I haven't read for leisure in I don't know how long.
Yeah. And, quite ironically for an English teacher, neither neither had I
Yeah.
until recently. I read such a good book, by the way.
Yeah?
Neil Stevenson, Snow Crash. Have you ever heard of that book?
No, I don't think so.
So this book was written the year we were born,
Oh,
92.
shit.
It predicts the metaverse. In fact, coined the term metaverse, and is all about like people's like a drug that gets released in the metaverse that basically puts people into comas at their computers
Oh,
and kind
wow.
of like goes through. But it coined the term metaverse,
Hmm.
and it is super funny. Basically, like predicts the future. Like it predicts the metaverse. It predicts what people want the metaverse to be. That much I definitely know. Globalization, all this stuff. It is so good, and it's really funny.
Huh.
So it's Reader's Corner here at Ginger Talks.
Hey.
We weren't expecting that. Snow Crash, Neil Stevenson, and that was the thing. Like I read that book because I was like, oh, I'm too into the like internet culture right now. I need to like take a step back, and then it was like, this book's about the metaverse. Great. Uh, and there sure as shit is a lot that like, and then I noticed like 2 weeks after I read it, it's getting mentioned in all these articles because there's all this metaverse stuff coming up now, and
Yeah.
that like apparently, right, this book was required reading for everybody on the Xbox 360 Live dev team.
Shit.
So everybody that worked on Xbox 360, Xbox Live had to read it. 'Cause it's basically about like a fucking weeb. It's basically about a weeb who like goes into the metaverse and he walks around with samurai swords on his back. So, as his avatar, and I believe it also invented the term avatar for like an imprint of your digital self. So it,
Huh.
like really, if you're into your like internet culture and like online gaming, metaverse, Bitcoin, anything like that, then this game is really this book. Sorry, not game. Freudian slip there. Is really the fucking Bible. I was floored by it actually. It was that good. And anything where the police turn up in the car say like, call us now. 0800 cops
Oh,
is written
wow.
on the side of the car. I'm in.
Huh. You know, it's so interesting because like reading through the article on Wikipedia, that's crazy. Like it sounds really good. It's I have a bookshelf full of books and I realize that so many of these books are from a point in my life that like it was almost half my lifetime ago, if not longer.
Yeah.
But they still hold a very special place for me. It was somebody asked me, someone who I don't know came into my DMs and was like, "You seem to be at a bar drinking a lot. You got an alcohol problem or something?" And instead of responding to them privately, I tweeted publicly. I said, "You know what? I've been spending a couple nights a week having a few drinks at a bar. And whether I'm by myself or the bar is full of people and I'm laughing and joking and talking and stuff, I'm sitting alone with my demons. And I'm facing them. And this is how I'm choosing to handle these things. Do what's right for you. I'm going to do me." And I think me cracking open some of those books will feel the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I can't recommend Snow Crash enough. I'm going to stop going on about it now. But yeah, it's the perfect book to read now
Yeah.
because, and it's funny as fuck. But you see that person is just like fuck off, like straight up because I didn't mean to bring this into it, but like if you were a dude, it'd be
Right.
like an ABC sitcom.
Right.
Norm.
And see, I walk in,
Re-
and anybody who knows me, they walk in, they're just like, "Hey, what's up?" Like it's nothing. But to
Yeah,
people
yeah.
outside of there, man, this girl is in here again. What's her damage? I'm sorry. I want to have a $6 drink and sit down and talk to some people that I enjoy their company for a little bit before I go home and do more work. Is there a problem with that? Fuck off.
Yeah. Sorry, what are you doing? You're just accosting strangers on the internet like a fucking goblin. So many
Right.
goblins around.
I know.
Just bit of goblin.
Yeah.
Just send a message about over my dead body, you slapper.
I love that so much.
Like, put it on my gravestone, honestly. Over my dead body, you slapper, because it's literally over my body. Nice. Hey, this guy's still got it.
Hey. Yeah. More so like in the last few months, like I've been incredibly stressed, but I'm also trying to be very aware of stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna I'm gonna do my thing. And if you have a problem with that,
Yeah.
sucks to suck, homie.
Yeah, bro. Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
We're getting to that point, right? I've been feeling super stressed, and I don't know if it's like a generalized anxiety around the fact that there's everything's so we're like getting into our 30s, everything's so fucking real all of a sudden,
Right.
right? And you have this like kind of like crisis of identity where you go like, I was doing the gardening the other day for maybe like in earnest, in with all seriousness, like I've gardened before, but like this was the first time I'm tending my own patch, and I'm like, I dug out a pond, and
Nice.
so I dig out this like garden pond, and I put it in, and I'm like looking over it, looking down, I'm going, dude, who the fuck are you? Like fucking Hank Hill,
Right.
like who are you? I
Yeah.
think it's natural. It's natural to be stressed at this point because you're drifting into the next phase of your life, and you're
Mhm.
deciding, like, what the fuck am I going to take with me?
Well, it's so funny because so we talked on Friday, I think. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was Friday because I had something
yeah,
yeah.
that sounds right.
Um and I had some of the best days on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was a little bit more chill, but I got ready, went on a date, came home, did stream, and my computer had its graphics issue that it has from time to time in like while I'm streaming. And instead of like me rebooting everything and coming back on and just be like, sorry guys, I'm here, I'm back, it's fine. I was just like, you know what? It's being a pain in the ass to boot back up and set back up. I'm just gonna call it and I'm gonna pop on Minecraft and I'm just gonna hang out.
Hell
Uh
fucking yeah.
Thanks to everybody who showed up. And go show some love to our wonderful friends who are also streaming. And then I played Minecraft with a friend for hours. I woke up Sunday and I was just super productive, got a lot of shit done. There was only a couple things I didn't get done that I wanted to get done, but I also sat in my chair at my desk listening for the timer on the oven to go off while just watching Netflix. The window was
Mm.
open. I was just chilling out, relaxed, and I came into stream on Sunday and I was like, you know what? Shit goes wrong, whatever, man. I'm here. And then I have a really stressful and shitty Monday and Tuesday. But
Yeah.
like,
Come on.
fucking
Take
letting shit
the
go.
rough with the smooth. Just take
Yeah.
it. Oh, it's fine. Fine. We're easy riders.
Dude.
Do you know? I saw a bunch of people. So like a band reformed, like some old friends of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and I went out of town to go watch them play. And it was like a bit of a sabbatical. People from our like scene across the country went over to go and watch it.
Oh, nice.
And a bunch of people I'd not seen for over 10 years, and it was the most vindicating fucking thing was seeing. Not that I'm an egotist, but just like I was having all this like existential, like who the fuck am I shit going on. Dug a pond,
Yeah.
obviously. Who am I? Looking in the reflection and just seeing like a stranger staring back at me. I go around and see all these people I haven't seen for 10 years, and I'm gonna say I'm bearing up really well.
Yeah.
Yo, people are starting to like fall apart at the seams. I'm
Yeah.
gonna age well. Yeah, never a good looking kid. Now all of a sudden I'm like laser focused. I'm gonna age well, whether it kills me or not. Because like I'm looking at all these fuckers and I'm thinking, oh nah, this can't be me, man. This isn't me.
Yeah. It's
And they were like, oh, you look so good, dude. And I was like, oh my, you look like a movie star, man. I was like, oh, oh, stop it, Eric.
it's funny because looking at all of these people, my middle school band director is stepping down to work with the younger kids and no longer work with the middle school. And he was actually the one who did the most formulation of like my life in like the school setting. And it was announced that the high school band director, my ninth grade year, he was taking that spot. He left to be an elementary school principal in the same district, but just but no longer work with the band. And watching all of these people that I went to school with or my brother went to school with comment on both of the announcement posts about everything, I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh, you're miserable and working in a shop and you hate it. And you're pretending like things are okay, but you've never left the state you were born in. You never, like, you're not living a life. You're living an experience that is okay, but you're not living. And, like, just kind of watching all of these people that I knew, I don't have a good rapport with most of the people that I went to high school with because in the end of my high school years, they all dropped me
Oh,
when
no.
I was going through a really hard time. They couldn't handle it, which is fair because it was a whole lot and I was definitely not as quote unquote put together as I am now. But like they all went off and had these great, dream college years and da 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 and then like they're seeing me post about, hey, this is my first Facebook post in 6 months. This is what's been going on in my life. And if you really care to know more about it, here's some links to find me doing these things. And like seeing who has like started to crop back up because they see that I'm like making positive growth and change in my life is so fucking funny to me. Like
That is interesting. Like, it's weird to think about perception.
mhm.
How people perceive you. Like, I don't know if you're the same as me in that I don't know if we've spoken about this before, but the way I feel about other people is that in regards to how they perceive me is that when I am not in the room or in the conversation, I don't exist to them.
Mm.
So it always blows my mind in any respect to hear that there was some kind of conversation about something I'm doing or someone saying, "Yeah, that's cool." The big thing for me was I thought I was a complete like loser at school, and being honest, yeah, I was. But like a lot of people that I see from like high school, when I see them now, they go like, "Oh, you're a really nice guy." I thought that I was, I found you intimidating. I thought that you were too much in the in crowd.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not me like trying to like swing my big high school dick around. What was crazy to me was because I was at high school, I was very much the same as I am now. But then to hear that people thought that like I wouldn't accept them because of maybe some of the things I was doing outside of school, like getting involved in music and everything. Because I did that super early. To
Right.
hear that they were like in any way intimidated by me is like, it just goes to show that like it's all artificial.
Yeah.
You know, people have like an idea that they build up, and you have an idea that you build up. The truth sits somewhere in the middle, but no one can ever know it.
Right.
But then when you get the hangers on, like forget them. I mean, that's bollocks. I've had it work. I've had it work the opposite way, where like I'm a school teacher dad, and you know this dude's sold out, man. People like fuck off.
Good God. These guest questions are fucking chaotic as shit.
I'm all in.
So I'm gonna start with, hey, I'm gonna do a really quick, big ol' fucking shout out to our patrons who have supported us through everything.
Yeah, through nothing being put out, and you're still giving us money.
Big thank you, big preach. It's gone to great use. Like even though there's still, you know, we're starting to put out content again. You guys will know when we get to this point. Really, thank you guys. And patrons get priority guest questions, and so we're gonna grab this one from Tim before we get into the nonsense that involves some of our other patrons. It's chaotic. Tim asks, you are stranded on an island and you can only bring one item. The one thing you can bring with you for survival/entertainment must start with the first letter of your first name. What do you bring? And he put in parentheses here, for the sake of answering questions I anticipate, you can bring as much or as little of this thing as you want. And we're playing by Gilligan's Island rules. There are 2 coconuts, some vines, and some sunshine that can generate electricity. So like electricity and things like that are they're not a problem. Like they're available.
Okay. Extra question: are we going by government name or like matrix names?
I was gonna go with both. I was trying to think of an answer for both. Okay. But we can go by stream names or government names. It's up to you.
Well, if you want to do both, we can do both.
Okay.
That's fine. So, okay. So I am gonna go with matrix name first.
Okay.
And I am going to choose now. Oh, really difficult.
I know.
Something D, the Druid knowledge. I mean, like aside from the obvious D.
That's on your person. That's
Yeah.
that's there automatically.
Well, maybe I want to mix and match. So you can bring it. So you bring as much as you like. Couple of coconuts to wash it down. Gilligan's Island rules, eh? Back in my day, that made something a little different. Oh, okay. D. Drugs. I'm bringing marijuana to the island.
All right.
It's a really boring answer.
I
Maybe I'll get a diorama of the island itself in miniature form, so I can kind of plot.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, so I'm gonna plot what I'm gonna do on the island.
Okay.
In different zones, and I'll have a little version of me. It'll be the map screen on Crash Bandicoot 1.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
It's like a little dream not. And I'd be like Crash Bandicoot. So wherever the little druid goes on the diorama, that's where I'll just move to the next one, and it's like Apple Papu. I'm like, what? Ulaba. And then the mask, Ulabaga, he's just smoking a joint. It's just Bob Marley. Ulaba.
Oh my god.
Bob Marley smoking a joint. He's like, "You're right there, druid." I'm like, so glad to have you back.
Yeah.
And then I jump on the second box for the mask, and he turns into instead of just turning into a red mask, he turns into a lion from Zion.
Yes.
And then I jump on the third box, and then it's just Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. Turns out,
fuck.
Yeah, turns out, druid, you were white the whole time, asshole.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I'll just do a little shuffle, white guy shuffle to Achy Breaky Heart. And then I think of your father.
I was gonna say, so you'd be dancing like my dad. Got it?
Yeah. Except not into your mom, like he did.
Yeah. No. Let's.
Like he did. Like he did to that track. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was so horrible.
Oh.
I wish you could say the same to me, but my mum and dad never slept together. Yeah, get me out of this.
I know this sounds like a catch-all answer, but games, whether it's board games, card games, just games in general, because I grew up with board games, and that's what we did. My mom and I played chess and tiddlywinks, and we fucking the number of games of Monopoly and Candyland and Uno and Chutes and Ladders that we played, I know that I could pass some time playing some fucking games. Or you give me a deck of cards, bitch, I'm entertained for hours. And hours and hours.
Yeah, you can tell you're in the fucking magic circle now.
I will play solitaire for hours. It's stupid.
I could never play solitaire. I would play spider solitaire.
Oh, I do love me some spider solitaire.
Yeah, okay, you don't get it. Just match him up, bro.
Hey, right.
Are we on the island together?
Ooh,
You better not be bringing those mind games.
Listen. It's just fucking Survivor.
Yeah. Because if you're gonna be bringing those mind games, you better get your ass your own diorama.
I was gonna say, just fucking diorama. I'm the big bad guy in the middle of the fucking thing, and you have to play fucking card games with me for 6 hours to get by.
Yeah, I come with a diary. I thought this was the science fair.
Nope, it's game time, bitch.
Oh fucking hell! No, but you're like dominating me so quickly. Quit with your fucking games, right? Yeah. Oh,
I couldn't think of anything else that wasn't ganja that started with G. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I can see what we're doing. Like Buffalo Soldiers. So best government name, I'll go with them. Marijuana. No. Mary Jane. Well, I'm like it doesn't. M. Government name. M. Magneto, the most powerful. Although he wouldn't be able to do anything like on an island. So off you go, Eric Lenshaw. I'm gonna go with M. Not marijuana. I'm gonna go for Mexican food, man.
Ooh, okay.
Like burritos.
Burrito. Yeah.
Or Mario movie review.
I think I actually have mine for once.
Okay.
Art supplies.
Yeah, that'd be good. Like dress it up a bit.
Yeah, like, because then I can just kind of do what I want. I could finally do my giant oversized painting that I want to do. Sorry, I got really excited about that.
Well, sounds like you need a getaway. That's fine. That big project. I love that though. No, that's good. Like absolutely makes me feel terrible for choosing what Mexican food.
No, absolutely not, because we'd be eating the same island food all the time.
Yeah.
You gotta spice it up, man.
Like, does Chipotle count as Mexican?
I mean, it's in the name, so I will let it slide. I will accept it as Mexican food. Chipotle Mexican Grill.
You know who probably doesn't? Anyone from Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely. But
better than Taco Bell.
True.
Like, there's nothing Mexican about Taco Bell.
No. Not at all.
Just glad my name doesn't begin with T.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. T-Bell.
But Tim's does.
Oh shit.
So does that mean Taco Bell's coming to the island?
I honestly no. Tim would pick the better taco joint that I just introduced him to. There's a chain out of Texas called Torchy's, and it is fucking good. And they opened up one in the city that Tim lives in. And I was like, hey, yo, I see they got a Torchy's, homie. So one night while I'm there, we're going to get these tacos and it's going to be fucking bomb. And it was fucking bomb. It wasn't as good as in Texas, but it was pretty goddamn close and I was pretty fucking happy.
Yeah, the only thing that bothers me about the term Torchy's is it sounds like a racist way to refer to light.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Get a bit abstract here.
That's all right.
No, get me off the island.
Well, so let's grab a question from Toast. And Toast, I can tell that Toast was a little bit his ADHD was really kind of kicking in strong when he asked his series of questions. I'm gonna pull the middle question out of these, and I will ask you his other question in a bit. But
okay, all right.
Have
One
you?
of those.
Yeah. Have you ever hired a task rabbit?
What is that?
So a task rabbit is where you hire someone to go do these tasks for you, like a gopher.
Okay. A task rabbit.
Yeah.
So, what, like human filth? Collect your
No.
laundry. Collect your laundry for you.
Yeah, or like run and pick up your groceries and then pick up the dry cleaning and then run to the store and grab a pack of cigarettes on their way back. Like,
Bro, I am a task rabbit.
I was gonna say, no,
Yeah,
I've been the task rabbit.
I'm like, and do you know what the worst thing is? I've never been paid for it.
Yeah.
And did they have to call it task rabbit? Like, my first intuition was that it was a dildo.
No. So it's it's the definition of a TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit Inc. is an online and mobile marketplace that matches freelance labor with local demand, allowing consumers to find help with everyday tasks, including furniture assembly, moving, delivery, and handy person work. So cleaning, like,
Right. So what? So it's a PA,
yeah.
but a PA that will maybe not delegate. We'll just do all this. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I have. I guess I have actually.
Oh.
Like when I've definitely spoken about it before. Like when I was in Sicily making the olive oil,
Mm.
I would just do things for room and board. So before I actually got to work in the olive fields, I like fucking landscape this dude's garden and like help him set out like get rid of all this debris to create like an ecological center. Made his olive oil. Like so, I guess in some way, yes, I have.
But have you ever hired anyone to do it for you?
Well, I've been one, but yeah, obviously not.
Yeah, I figured.
Like, no, not even close. I don't think I could have all the money in the fucking world. I don't know if I'd be able to have a task rabbit.
You know,
Because
it's
surely like that's leading to like an early grade, like get the heart problems. You're not even cleaning up after yourself.
I
What are
mean,
you doing?
I think so they have, like, looking at TaskRabbit's actual website, some of it is just office services, some of it is bartending gigs, data entry, baby prep, personal assistant, winter task, holidays, shopping and delivery, IKEA furniture assembly,
Yeah,
that's yard
no way.
yard work services, cleaning, mounting and installations like TV, ceiling fans, pictures, regular furniture assembly, handyman services, and moving services.
So are you saying to me it's just someone that doesn't have a job that will just allow you to pay them to do anything?
Yeah.
Here's something that's bringing my piss to the ball now. I'm thinking of like about my career, and the fact that I'm not allowed to have a task rabbit is I started out as a teaching assistant in that I was someone that shadowed a teacher got their resources ready for them, helped teach their classes, worked the room. The people that were struggling, she would often put me with them, and like I would work them up a little bit. And I was in that classroom every hour that the teacher was there. Sometimes when she wasn't, I would take the class for her. I did that for 3 years before I became a regular teacher. By the time I got to like the point where the shoe was on the other foot, schools didn't have as much funding, and I have never had one.
Yeah.
Absolute bullshit. Get me a TaskRabbit. Get Toaster over here. Yo.
Yeah, it's crazy that like, because I've known it's a thing, but I've never hired anybody for anything like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never hired anybody
yeah.
like at all. I can't like I've hired someone to fix the windows. I think that might be the only person I've ever hired to really come over and do anything.
Well, I mean, I was the person that was hired to do that stuff for a long time, but it was through my job. Like, that was just my task at that job, was to mount and install TVs and sound systems and furniture and now, like, I feel like my day job is half TaskRabbit, half fucking just doing everything else.
If you are doing something like for money, you would not do in your spare time to just get by. You are a TaskRabbit. We're all TaskRabbits, really.
Yeah.
They say about rabbits, they breed extensively. The human race, Mr. Anderson. TaskRabbits. All of you. And you know what I don't like about them, Mr. Anderson? It's the smell.
Sorry. I was listening and then I read a guest question that broke my brain for half a second.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, like, probably want to get me off this one because I was about to like just be Agent Smith for the duration of the podcast. So probably.
Okay.
It's the smell. If there is such a thing.
So, speaking of our wonderful Andy, if you had to give advice to a civilian trying to disarm a bomb and there were many lives in your hands, what advice would you give them? Please hurry.
What? The 66 Batman film. Have you seen it?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Adam, when he's walking around the pier with that bomb, and he's like trying to throw it over the he's trying to get rid of it on this pier, but everywhere he goes, there's always something in the way. He can't throw the bomb away, and he's just got this big Looney Tunes bomb over his head.
Right.
And it must be my favorite part of the movie. Is that obviously he's going to areas populated by children, sailors, and it's on the pier. He goes to throw it off the edge of the pier, and he notices a family of baby ducks.
Yeah.
And he refuses to throw it over. And
there's Andy in the flesh.
Yeah, and he what is it? He runs back to the shack he was in, and he goes, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb."
Yeah.
And now we are like Adam West's TaskRabbits, trying to decide how to best it. I don't know about bombs, man. Yo, I don't know about bombs. I'm of a vintage where I could have had a t-shirt with a highly contrasted black and white image of George Bush with a Hitler mustache saying, "Not my president." And I wasn't even American. So he literally wasn't. I just wanted to look like Fat Mike from NoFX.
Oh my god, dude.
Yo, the best way to get rid of a bomb. What would you do? All right, you start and I'll have a little think in the background.
I mean, if you had to give advice to a civilian trying to disarm a bomb, cut the wires to the battery. cut the wires to the ignition source, man. Like that's my logical the logical advice. The non-logical advice is I don't know, throw it comically in the air and yell confetti, it's a parade. Like
it's so specific. It's almost like you're telling them a magic spell. And the spell goes, confetti, it's a parade.
Confetti, it's a parade.
The bomb will turn into Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from Harry Potter 1, when his voice hadn't broken properly.
Oh my god, that's so specific.
It's such a good bit in Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
1 where Daniel, you hear his voice break on camera. He goes, "No, Uncle Vernon, no, Uncle Vernon. They're my letters." What that's got to do with what you've just said, I have no idea.
I don't know, but I'm here for it.
Because it was a magic spell. You offered them,
yeah.
confetti, it's a parade. I would advise him that, hey, maybe you shouldn't have eaten spicy food the night before. Now you've got a depth charge on your hands.
Oh,
what are you gonna
no.
What are you going to do? I would say, in fact, I need to just Google a quick stat here. Tech support.
Oh, no.
Your task rabbit is waiting. So, right. So you look at the timer on the bomb.
Oh, no.
If the timer is above the value of 2 hours and 18 minutes, you watch the 1997 film Face Off.
Oh my god.
Starring John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. And just go out happy. So you watch... IMDb calls Face Off a somewhat complicated action thriller, which involves an obsessed FBI agent, John Travolta, who decides to become a comatose criminal, Nicolas Cage. To foil a terrorist plot, the FBI agent undergoes facial transplant surgery to assume the identity of the criminal mastermind who murdered his only son, but the criminal wakes up prematurely and seeks revenge. Sounds pretty good, right? So maybe if that bomb's over 2 hours and 18 minutes, you watch the 1997 hit film by John Woo, Face Off.
Oh my god.
So if you have less than that, and I'm guessing, by all chances, what I understand about bombs, you probably do. Then maybe you cycle back 2 years and start listening to the GingerTalks podcast.
Oh shit.
From the beginning. And then, once you hear our voices hit the airwaves for the first time all over again in a state of complete bliss, that you realize that all these episodes are still there on the internet for your long-form talk, auditory pleasure, you then go to linktr.ee/GingerTalks. And with your life savings, you buy every piece of merch on there because you didn't set a will. And if we're not going to have your money, who the fuck isn't? And I'm going to, in the parlance of us from the beginning, I'm going to say this. Give us your fucking money.
There it is.
Fuck the bomb. You're going to die. Give us your fucking money.
Oh, shit. That is the most unsubtle plug for the fact that we have merch. So go enjoy some merch. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I got something to talk to you about off air.
Oh, God. Okay.
Good things, I promise.
Okay.
But
yeah, if they're bad things, go disarm a bomb.
Yeah, that's fine. So, thank you, Andy, for that riveting question. Now, the next question is where things kind of got a little out of hand. Tim, I will read the sequence of events here. Tim asked, rate the following crows in order from best to worst. # rate the crows. Number 1, Cheryl. Number 2, Black. Number 3, Counting. And then Andy followed up with 4 ? Russell. And then Xenos replied with Scare. Star replied with Actual. Xenos replied with Stuffed. And then Jay, Elsie, John Medicine, and Canuck. So apparently these are all people and or things that have crow in the name. We've been given 10 things to rate, and I don't know some of them. It got chaotic quickly.
Well, to add to the list, we've got to put the movie The Crow.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm like, this
so
is just...
We've got 11 things. All right, I'm having to... All right, okay. Tech support now. How much... I don't know half of these crows.
I don't either. So we can go with the original 3 and then like soft rate the rest.
Right. So when he's saying Black Crow, he's on about the band The Black Crows.
Yes. And same thing with Counting Crows.
Yeah. Could it have been anything else?
Listen, I just have to clarify for those who don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, what a life you've lived. Counting crows. So, out of the 3, counting crows are at the bottom.
Okay.
Reason being, if I remember right about the Counting Crows, the singer just looks like Tony Hawk's Creator Skater.
That is so accurate. It's painful.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he looks like a Creator Skater. So for that reason, yeah, and some people would use that rationale to put him at the top of their list. No, because Creator Skaters all look like they were shut out by Fred Durst or Jonathan Davis of Korn. And you know what? I can't back that anymore. Like for a while, like the nostalgia was there for Limp Bizkit and Korn. Now I don't know. They're back to being a bit corny. So Cat and Crows are at the bottom because it's like imagine Jonathan Davis of Korn if he worked for the Disney Channel. Second, I've got to go Gotta go Cheryl.
Okay.
Because again, like, no offense, Ginger, but what was it? All I wanna do is have some fun.
Uh-huh.
You were possibly conceived to that song.
Oh, fuck off, will ya?
I'm sorry.
Nope, that song came out after I was born.
We'll call it Immaculate Conception.
Oh, fuck.
No, yeah, well, it has just been Easter, so
True.
just in the spirit. I'm gonna drop me a dig, man. Like I fully deserve it. I'm putting Cheryl too because not that I'm a huge Black Crowes fan, but I think the Black Crowes are just more adjacent to what I'm might enjoy.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think Cheryl was as big here as she was big here. Like, what was it? It makes you happy. I know that, and all I want to do. I don't know anything else by.
So, I would agree with Black Crows at 1, but I would put Counting at 2 and Cheryl at 3.
That is not what I expected you to say.
Really?
I didn't think. Well, I don't know. Like, for some reason, I didn't think you'd lowball Cheryl.
So Cheryl Crow, I have mixed feelings when it comes to Cheryl Crow, just in general.
Wow.
Because that music takes me to a weird point in my life.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Not Cheryl's fault though.
Not Cheryl's fault. She's just fine. But like when you bring up the musical artist Jewel, it's the same reaction.
Right. So I don't even like the only reason I know who Jewel is because she was on a Comedy Central roast that the algorithm.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
She was putting out music that was really popular at just like a certain point in my life. Like I know Tim specifically knows what I'm talking about. But my dad, one of the first places my dad lived in after he and my mom separated, he had cable, just basic cable. And there was this music video of Jewel where she's sitting there playing fucking guitar and it's all blue around her. And Cheryl Crow and Jewel and all of these like female singer-songwriters, except for Alanis Morissette, like anytime I hear them, I get like pit in the stomach memories. Whereas when I hear like Alanis Morissette, I'm more like fucking women power. So like,
yeah,
it's an odd. That's why I put Cheryl at number 3. But I still respect her for her talents.
Well, yeah, we know she's listening. So
yeah, Cheryl, I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. I promise.
There's at least like 5 or 6 more crows to go through, Cheryl. So
yeah,
you really building up some cred here.
like
do is have some fun. A bit of a tune.
Yeah, like I mean, it's when I think of women my sister's age, my older sister, who are like, oh my God, we're going to go out. We're going to listen to our jams. Like, I imagine that song being on their Spotify playlist.
Yeah. And no offense to your sister, that's super lame.
Yeah, no, super duper fucking lame.
You know, my dad's band, like a wedding cover band when I was a kid, they played that.
Really?
As well, yeah, super lame.
Oh, man.
And for me, not as lame as Counting Crows. Just that yeah, that custom skater thing I can't get out of my head.
Fair.
What else we got? We got
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, Scarecrow,
Actual crow.
and a few crows we're gonna have to Google from
Yeah.
GeoShare. I
Yeah.
hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
You can call him Josh. Yeah, he's a newer member to the community who's
Well, we look forward to having you on the podcast at some point. It'll probably happen. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe has to get the top spot now because we have 1 degree of separation from him.
Oh?
He's friends with Roy.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So
well, yeah.
He came out on Twitter and said, check out Alex Cameron, and Roy Malloy has retweeted a bunch of shit Roy has put. So the GingerTalks podcast is 1 degree of separation from Russell Crowe. Weirdly enough, out of the list, Russell Crowe is the most likely to come across the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that he ever will.
No, but.
And also, sorry, but Gladiator fucking bangs. My name is Maximus Aurelius. Father to murdered son, husband to a murdered wife. All in all, not a great performance, Russell. I think Russell, not a good actor. I don't really understand how Russell Crowe has fully managed what he's managed with what he has.
Yeah.
But in a way, kind of makes me like him more. Because he's not not a dick about it. So for that, he's at the top spot.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. Know where your bread's buttered. Friend of Roy Malloy is a friend of mine, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Russell's top. Yeah, Crow.
Scarecrow. I mean,
which iteration of this are we just in general? Are we like Batman?
Ooh, I would. There's no context, so let's just go general for once.
Why did the Scarecrow win the Nobel Prize? Because he was outstanding in his field.
God damn it.
I've told that joke so many times, no one's ever fucking laughed, so Scarecrow's now under counting crows.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, no one's ever laughed. The only thing Scarecrow's managed to scare off for me is people thinking I'm funny. Yeah, and also just standing still, and we, as we've said today, we're both moving forward. We're not here to stand still anymore. Scarecrow, that's the old man.
Right.
So bottom, feel free to disagree.
No, Scarecrows can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Also, if you rate actual crows, anywhere near the way you would rate Scarecrow, if it was 1 and 2, Scarecrow 1, actual crow 2,
I would think that you were a scarecrow or a crow.
Yeah, Scarecrow and actual crows are natural enemies. So guess we picked our side. Actual crow coming in at number 2 because people, they have that reputation, a murder of crows.
Right.
They have all this connotations of death and darkness and evil, and really what the fuck have they ever done? Nothing.
Right.
I can't think of a crow doing anything that's even remotely bothered me. But people treat them like children. So actual crows
Actual crows are in the top 3 for me.
They're in the top 3. I like.
Yeah.
They're probably below Russell.
Yes.
They're above Cheryl.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not they're like above the black crows.
Yeah. I don't know. They're safe in the top 3 for me.
Yeah, like let's not like get too crazy here. But,
Yeah.
yeah, keep it going.
Stuffed crows, I think, go just above scarecrows because don't taxidermy. I'm not a huge taxidermy fan.
No, I'm a vegetarian. Like, and also like, if you're gonna make that leap and do like a bit, like, why a crow?
Yeah, that I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, stuffed crows, lame. Bottom tier.
Yeah.
They're going below. They're going below scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm vegetarian. I can't.
That's fair.
Yeah, unless it's like a beanie baby.
So I went ahead and I Googled LC Crow.
Yeah, I've googled LC Crow as well.
Not a lot of details on him.
Honestly, looking at this, I can't believe that they've made like a Wikipedia for this man.
I know. The Wikipedia is so small. It's a sentence. 2 sentences, excuse me.
Yeah. His Wikipedia reads like a tombstone.
Yeah.
He served in Washington State Senate. Like, how, Jay, how did you come across this person? How do you even know who this is?
Jay has a vast, wild variety of interests.
This is specific. I'm looking here. I'm trying to look at like other shit. There's nothing about him.
Yeah, there's like it's very hard to find.
A scholar of early American politics. Like, I am not.
Yeah.
But again, like, don't know how early this is.
Yeah.
LC Crow. I don't know.
And I didn't find, so I unranked because
Yeah, there's just nothing there. We don't like. So he was a Democrat.
Oh,
So that's
something.
Yeah, so, you watch CNN.
Yeah. So I didn't find anything for John Medicine Crow, but I did find Joe Medicine Crow, which I want to know more about Joe Medicine Crow. He was a Native American writer, historian, and war chief of the Crow Nation. His writings on Native American history and reservation culture are considered seminal works, but he's best known for his writings and lectures concerning the Battle of Little Bighorn of 1876. So he was a historian of the Crow Nation.
Okay.
Which is a Native American.
Familiar. Yeah, I'm like I do have
I don't always know.
I do like have a passing interest in Native American culture.
I don't know enough about it. I think it's super cool, but I'm always like, yes, cool. The white woman is super interested in Native American culture. Cool. What kind of things am I going to appropriate this time? Like, that's always the look of it all.
Yeah. All right, Neil Young.
Listen, I don't want to. I think it's interesting.
I think the way the Native Americans lived, like, they lived to a standard that we could only wish to have now. They
Right.
respected the earth. They just respected the fucking earth.
Yeah.
So on that basis, that's a pretty good.
I say he ranks pretty high up there. Oh.
The what military.com 90 98 years old. He's the last surviving war chief.
He lived to be 102,
Come
and
on.
he fought in World War II.
Well, we're just gonna look like fucking assholes if we don't put him above Russell Crowe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Russell would be understanding.
Joe Medicine's gotta go top.
Yeah.
Having only just learned about him, obviously we can't really speculate, but he's cool as fuck.
Yeah. And so the last one, Canuck the Crow, is an actual crow.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
I had
this is the only one.
No fucking idea.
This was the only one that Jay submitted that I did know. Pretty badass.
This is crazy.
You know what? Look, looking again at this Wikipedia, like patch 2015 disappeared 19. Like,
yeah.
You can't get a handle on this. Like, he landed on a cyclist and started investigating his backpack. During a soccer tournament at Empire Field, he landed on a spectator's shoulders, tried to take personal items, including keys, and drank Tim Hortons coffee.
I love it. It's so Canadian. Just so Canadian.
Yeah. He became Vancouver's unofficial ambassador, beating Michael J. Fox with 81% of the final vote.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah. On his Wikipedia, he has a section called personal life.
I know.
And Canuck in March 2017, Canuck was beaten unconscious on a soccer pitch by a man using a flagpole. He was nursed back to health by the veterinarian Anne MacDonald. Canuck mated with a female crow named Cassiar and had 2 broods in May and June. The first brood died, rest in power, and the second was successful. One of the chicks, named Gord, after late Canadian singer Gord Downey, don't know who that is, but I know who the crow is, was plucked from the nest by another crow, but was rehabilitated. So it's got a personal life section where it talks about who was fucking.
Yeah, like
Pretty powerful.
A crow has a more in-depth Wikipedia page than a former U.S. senator.
Well, like in the grand listing, like how the world is remembering these things, like Canuck beats out Elsie. 100%.
Right.
Like,
it's crazy.
Elsie Crow should change his name to Some Dude Crow. Canuck, does he beat? So we've got John Medicine Crow. And thank you, Jay. You've come in with some like really good crows.
Uh-huh.
Rather unexpectedly. Does the Nook beat John Medicine?
No.
No.
I
You're right. We can't.
Yeah.
Does he beat Russell?
No, even though he was a very badass bird.
Oh.
I don't think he beats Russell. I think he's just under Russell. Russell has not disappeared on us, never to be heard from again.
Right. That's true. Canuck's not returning my calls.
Yeah, I mean, ghosted
Russell, friend of the podcast, Crow. I know he doesn't mind. And what's it like? Russell Crowe's like latest film, The Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, like, just come on, like, look, I'm never gonna see it, but the title alone and the poster kind of gives him that second spot.
Yeah. So I think we have successfully rate the crows. I think we did it.
Yeah, still can't believe no one came out with the movie The Crow.
I know. I feel like that gets an honorable mention.
Yeah, honorable mention. Like, I absolutely love that movie.
Yeah. I agree with that.
What a soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna
honorable mention, Forgotten Place, The Crown.
Oh my god. I'm gonna throw this last one out here to you, and there's a meme that goes with it.
Am I gonna understand the meme?
I will explain the joke.
Okay.
Toast asked this question mainly to me, mainly for me, but I'll give the context. He asks, "Have you heard of the ship of Theseus?" And the whole joke is that there's a podcast we listen to with some larger creators called Distractable, and there was.
Sorry, but that's like it's a philosophical like concept, like
Right.
Yeah, it's not like a ship; it's like a philosophical concept, right?
Yes.
I've heard of the ship. So it's something more than just
than the base philosophical question.
Right. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, but
no,
yeah,
it's okay. So there's 3 hosts of Distractable: Mark, Bob, and Wade, and I believe Bob was hosting, and he asked the other 2 guys to explain the birds and the bees, but to like a 7-year-old. And Mark goes, "Have you heard of the ship of Theseus?" And that's how he starts the explanation of the birds and the bees.
Right.
And so now, anytime there's some deep philosophical answer, Mark just starts with, "Have you heard of the ship of Theseus?"
Okay. So the ship of Theseus. Like being like rebuilt from new shit. Is that basically?
Yeah.
Is it still the same thing?
Right. So it's
how does he rationalize that? Because like, what you mean, like recycling the?
No. So Mark goes on to try to explain the birds and the bees using the ship of Theseus as a metaphor, but he explains the thought experiment of the ship of Theseus, but he says, "But ignore all that. Think about the ship." And it's going into a dock or something. The ship entering port is like a dude entering a lady.
Thank you for clarifying that for me, by the way.
And like he
Is
just
it? Oh, right. Imagine a train going into the station now. Druid, are you with us? Do you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. So he completely just ignores the entire thought experiment of the ship of Theseus and just uses
Right.
the concept of a ship.
Imagine the ship of Theseus. What do I think about the ship of Theseus? Was that like
The question that Toast asked was, had you heard of it? Which is exactly what Mark said.
Oh, okay. I had heard of it, not in that context.
Yeah. So
That's so boring for me.
I know.
I think there's a better question in there. Is like, how would you describe it?
Oh my God.
How would you describe it?
When a man loves a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
You spent on a sex mix, so I'll get it.
I mean, listen.
My mums and dads listen to this kind of music. Some crazy shit happens.
I treat it like a staff training. I'm going to look into your eyes really awkwardly so the rest of this conversation is not awkward.
Yeah. Like, I think you'd have to, like, you know, for kids today, you'd have to relate it to gaming in some way.
Yeah.
You know, like, so there's this really hard, you know, like, ROM software, you know, like Elden Ring is really hard. Well, that's what it was like for Daddy to get Mummy. And then,
Oh, fuck.
you know, and then Daddy had to get, like, some soul potion.
No, honestly, explaining it to kids, like a TikTok recipe.
Yeah. Just put the eggs in the batter. Yeah, this is vegan eggs. This is a vegan baby.
Or
I don't know. Like, go on. You've got.
I was gonna say, or like a TikTok shopping haul. So you just hold up shirts with different like diagrams on them.
100%. You know, I have had to actually teach that class to a group of like youngsters.
Oh.
And like, but obviously, like you're not, you know, you can't like come up with any analogies. You've got to use like the actual terminology.
Right.
I'll never forget this kid at the back of the class. Like we had a diagram of a vagina. And it's like you had to ask, does anyone know what this is called? And this kid at the back of the class goes, pussy. And I was just remember thinking like we are like fucked. And that's when I go, well, it's funny that you say that. Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
I want you to forever think about whenever you have to teach any class that involves that. It's just the ship of Theseus.
Hopefully never again. Like if I, you know, my what is it? You'd call it junior high, maybe?
Yeah, middle school or junior high.
Middle school or junior high. Those days are over. Like I've got full on like pregnant people in my classes now.
True.
So,
oh my god.
Yeah, and she's always saying, "Wish I'd heard of it." Theseus.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, so over a year ago when I was home visiting, I had a very pointed but awkward conversation with my little sister about like sexuality and like if she needed like sex health products to just like let me know, and there will just be a package that shows up from Amazon with the things that she needs. but I made it as awkward as possible so that the next time I like was just like, all right, kid, so you getting dirty yet? She would just be like, oh my God, but less like, this is weird. Like,
you getting dirty yet? I'm so cool. I'm the cool one. And she's like, oh, fuck off.
Well, so she came to me first when she's like, I think I'm going to start dating this boy. And I was like, I bet. And what's the problem? Like, I was very much like, okay. And, but when I met him for the first time, she just blurted out, like, we were talking and I said something about be gay, do crimes. And he goes, oh, I have a sticker that says that. And I was like, sick. And like 20 minutes later, she goes, you know what he said, that be gay, do crimes thing? You know that he's like not fully straight, right? And I was like, yeah. And like, she was so freaked out by it. And I was like, whatever, kid.
What do you want to do? Like,
yeah. Like, and I'm not either.
People think we're so fucking old.
I know.
Like, yeah, I don't think you like. We're past that.
Yeah,
we're of an age where you can just assume that. You know, we're posting avocado toast.
Right.
Talking about Harry Potter.
Right.
Starting podcasts. Drinking white wine.
Yeah.
You know, sitting here ranking crows.
Right.
You know, we're really up for anything at this point.
Yeah. They're just fucking whatever.
Just lucky, man. Like, no one's ever reached out to me in that way. Like, what the fuck would I say to them?
Right.
And you just put the pinky in the dink there.
Yeah.
Once you do it, kid, let me know what it's like.
Well, and the way I said it kind of sounded weird, but it's like, no, I want you to, first of all, if you graduate high school and you don't have a kid, you're doing better than our dad. Second of all, like, I don't want you to be freaked out or scared of it, but I want you, if you're going to do it, to be smart about it. Same way I am with drinking and doing drugs. Yeah. Like, sex is the same thing. Ranks the same for me of if you're going to do it, be smart about it.
100, like, and part of the reason people do it so wrong is because, like, we still have this, like, taboo about it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like violence is more acceptable than like shagging.
Yeah.
And like I just don't get that. But like, yo, the kids are taking it back, man. All the kids are watching porn.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you know, you've opened Pandora's box and allowed like pornography into like everyone's like everyday life.
Yeah.
So now it's time to fucking contextualize it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she reads these. She's 15. She has found herself in the steamy romance novels, which, cool. Do it. Have fun. Like, but also no reality, please.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
So I don't. I want things to be just chill and normal and fine, and just her not to.
And I guess we're at the point where we should be wrapping this up, but we'll just keep talking.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
I'll say this: you want to talk about disarming a bomb? Picture me at work in a high school. And this has happened several times over the last 2 years. I get papers, creative writing papers all the time because like that's my specialism. And like, you know more than most, Ginger. I love criticizing people's creative writing.
Yes.
I get it all the time. I hear kids talking all the time, multiple times the last 2 years. I see kids writing stories, and the names of the characters will be like Lana Rhodes
Yeah.
and Mia Khalifa
Yep.
and like, porn star names. And, I know they're doing it to bait me out. I have people asking me who Mia Khalifa is, like kids asking me who Mia Khalifa is. And every time I have to just be like, what's that?
Uh-huh.
Who's that? Don't know. I do so well as well. You'd be.
I
And I just think it's such a funny scenario. Like,
yeah.
um, I had like kids like shouting out like jerkmate.com
Right. Well,
in the classroom. And I'm like, I have to just be like, stop shouting out. But like, I can't be like, I know what jerkmate.com is.
right.
Because imagine if your teacher was like, don't talk about that. I know what that is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But just to put into context, like how super big a part it is of kids' lives. Like we just need to fucking contextualize,
Mm.
change the narrative on sexuality.
Yeah. And that's my biggest thing is like I was in a classroom Friday and the kids were there was a kid that was like going crazy on the internet references and I knew the adults in the room wouldn't she didn't get any of it and I did. And I looked at this kid and all I did was I kind of squinted my eyes and I tilted my head and I went, "Really?" And he went, "You understand that?" And I was like, "Yeah, kid, I do." And he instantly went red in the face and then he like kind of like freaked out and he like ran back to his seat and I was like whatever, dude. Like
Yeah, I always get that one. I'll tell you what, the bane of my life, funnily enough, because we were all laughing at it like a year and a half ago. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, the oh
Oh my god.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, 11-year-old kids shouting that out to me while I'm trying to teach them William Shakespeare.
Yep.
Fucking most annoying thing ever. Yo, if anyone's got that as a audio command on their Twitch channel, stop tipping them. It's fucking destroying you.
Yeah, it's like hearing kids say things that like I said like ages ago. I was like,
Mm,
"Oh no." They're starting to like those jokes are finally starting to trickle down and these kids don't know the context yet. Oh
the internet,
boy.
the internet's making kids really cringy, man.
I mean, all kids are cringy. Like,
Sentient Fortnite dances.
dude, that's all this kid was doing. And I was taking photos and I was like, I'm not
Uh,
going to take a photo of this kid acting out. And I know why he was, or like, I understand the context of why he was acting out. But I was like, that's okay. Okay.
yeah. Given the content, like given the context, just getting to do some real life shit on the side as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Old man yelling at cloud here.
Oh, well,
Uh,
my friend,
for your weekly dose of shit.
uh, we can either zip out one quick one and it's literally just what is your favorite blank and then we can end it.
What is your favorite blank?
What is your favorite ice cream? And if you can't eat ice cream, I'm so sorry. That's Andy, of
Uh,
course.
what is my favorite ice? Is that like flavor? You
Yeah.
wouldn't you wouldn't know most of the like favorite ice cream.
Yeah, flavor.
Ice cream. Uh oh, I've been to Italy. I've had
Mm.
the Italian gelato.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe some of the best ice cream in the world. Best flavor I had when I was there.
Ooh.
Controversial, maybe pistachio.
Okay.
I like a pistachio. Quite rare over here as well. The UK doesn't really get pistachio.
Yeah. I can see that. I found a flavor that was peanut butter ice cream, but it was also chocolate chip cookie dough. And I was like, well, you fucking got me. I'm done. This is it. I'm forever going to be fat. Thanks, world.
Yeah, I had a Ben & Jerry's like that, actually, and it was, properly top tier. So,
Yeah.
absolutely peanut butter
Yeah.
in sweets, yeah.
That's
all day.
That's it right there. That's the one that'll do me in. So, yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. It was a nice little chill little boop. Little
I still see you.
there it is.
There it is.
But Druid, it was so nice to do this again.
Let's do it sooner next time.
Yeah. Everybody who's listened, thank you. I know this is gonna feel way like delayed and weird and out of place, but thank you guys for hanging out and sticking with us, and we appreciate you guys. And